Hey everybody, it's Mickey, and in today's video I have a big fall grocery haul for you. I'm getting ready to stock all of my pantry shelves. I have a great freezer meal that you can use in so many different ways, and I'm sharing with you my current favorite podcasts. If you are new here, I hope you will subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. So I have not shared an outfit of the day with you in such a long time, and this is just a simple Saturday outfit. I am just heading out to the grocery store and I'm going to be cooking for most of the day. So I am wearing this cute Denim & Company plaid button-down shirt that I got from QVC, my boyfriend Target jeans, and my Clark's loafers. Here is my grocery haul for today. This is the time of year where I start stocking up my pantries and my refrigerator with things that I really, didn't use or didn't buy during the summer. The fall and winter is my favorite time of year, and it's when I do a lot of my bulk cooking and cooking for my freezer and baking and all that stuff. So this is what we have for today. So to start over here, I have 2 boxes of this mini broken up spaghetti. I really like this to use for side dishes. I have a couple bags of lettuce for salads. I have some celery. I have some zucchini, some Fuji apples, 2 sweet potatoes, some red peppers, parsley, some carrot chips. I have a couple green bell peppers. I have 3 avocados, a couple tomatoes, a small container of mushrooms, some white onions, and some little cherry tomatoes. Back here I have some orange juice and some vitamin water and some of those bay or bai drinks. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. If you guys know, put it in the comments section down below, because I really like these things. This is I think it's raspberry tea, and I have some blueberry drink here. This is just some flavored water. I have a couple chicken broths, some cornmeal, my favorite barbecue sauce. I have a little can of corn, some green beans down there. I have some crushed and regular tomato sauce. I have a can of sliced olives. I have a couple bags of baby broccoli and frozen mixed vegetables. I have some pearl barley for soups. I have some dry yeast for some baking that I want to get done this week or next week. I always have my little bag of peanut M&Ms. Over here I have some cheeses. I have some sliced provolone, Italian bread, Italian blend, and sharp cheddar, some eggs, some feta cheese, a couple blocks of butter. I have some light sour cream, some regular Philadelphia cream cheese. I have some meatloaf mix that I use to make my meatballs for my sauce. And under here I have some chicken. I have a loaf of Dave's bread, which this is the one that we've been using lately. I really like it. It's white bread done right, supposedly. I don't know how much better it is for you, but it tastes really good. I like to use this toasted for my avocado toast. And we have, I think lastly, we have some bananas. So that is my big old grocery haul for today. I am gonna put this all away and I will be right back. So today we are making a big pot of my veggie tomato sauce with meatballs. This is such a great sauce to split up and freeze because you can use it in so many different recipes. This is also a really healthy sauce because you can put so many different kinds of vegetables in it, whatever your family likes, and it just adds to the great flavor. It's something that I like to have in my freezer all the time for those quick weeknight meals or just to hand off to one of the kids to bring home. So some of the things that you will need for this recipe is a couple packages of ground meat. I really like to use this meatloaf mix because it's a combination of veal, beef, and pork, and it really adds a great flavor to meatballs. You will also need a couple 28-ounce cans of tomatoes. I like to use the regular sauce, crushed and diced tomatoes. Any brand will do. As for the veggies, I will be using some fresh parsley, white mushrooms, zucchini, green peppers, onions, and garlic, but you can use whatever veggie your family likes. So let's talk just for a minute about freezing containers. So this is a recipe that I use for my pizza sauce, for my regular pasta dishes, and also for meatball subs. These small round Ziploc containers are awesome because they have a screw-on lid that keeps everything fresh. And I like to use these small ones for my pizza sauce because they hold just the right amount of sauce for either one large pizza or two smaller ones. These medium-sized containers I get on Amazon, and I'll leave a link to them down below, but these are a perfect amount of sauce for 4 people if you are having just pasta and meatballs. And finally, these larger Ziploc containers are really great to hold a large amount of meatballs and sauce if you want to make meatball subs or even just a large quantity of sauce. So we are going to get started on our meatballs first, and I always like to make my own breadcrumbs for my meatballs, which you can really use any bread that you have around the house. I just put it all through my small food processor. I also add my parsley, garlic, onions, and green peppers, which run through the food processor as well. So I add everything to my small food processor, one ingredient at a time, and then I add it all to the big mixing bowl. You know, I will be sure to put the full recipe in the information section down below, and just like all of my recipes that I share, this one is very forgiving, and you can add to it or leave out whatever suits your family best. So to my meatball mix, I add some Romano cheese, salt and pepper, red pepper flakes, Mrs. Dash, Worcestershire sauce, an egg, and I always make a little extra breadcrumbs in case I need it while I'm mixing. So with clean hands, you're going to mix all of your ingredients together until everything seems to be evenly distributed throughout the meat. And then you're just going to break off a bit of meat and roll between your hands to make your meatballs. Now everyone has their own idea of the perfect meatball shape and size. I had an aunt when I was growing up who thought the perfect meatball was about the size of a softball. So you can pretty much make them any size you want. You would just have to adjust the cooking time. I like to bake my meatballs in the oven for about 35 minutes at 350. The best way really is to fry them in a frying pan like my mom did, but baking them is a little bit of a more healthy choice. So while the meatballs are baking, I thought I would share with you guys a couple of podcasts that I have been listening to. This first one, I think I'm like on episode 5, is called The Man in the Window, and it is done by an LA Times reporter, and it's all about the history of the Golden State Killer, and it's really, really well done and really spooky. But if you are into true crime drama like I am, this one is really very interesting. Now, the other one that I have been listening to is called Confronting O.J. Simpson with Kim Goldman. Now, Kim Goldman is Ron Goldman's sister, and she has done really a great job. She speaks to a bunch of different witnesses, the defense and prosecution team, and it really is interesting because it gives you a look of what was going on behind the scenes during the trial. So if you guys really like podcasts, these are some really good ones, and I highly recommend them, except maybe don't listen to them when you are home alone. So moving on now to our sauce, I am just prepping all of my veggies to go into the food processor. I like to puree these up pretty well so that they melt into the sauce, where you get all the flavor but the sauce remains smooth. In a large stock pot, add about a tablespoon of butter and 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then you are going to saute the pureed vegetables for about 3 to 5 minutes. After that, you're going to want to add about a 1/4 cup of white wine. Now, this is a step that you can leave out completely without it affecting the flavor of the sauce. Next, you're going to add all of your canned tomatoes. That's the sauce, crushed tomatoes, and the chopped tomatoes. And then you're going to want to add all of your seasonings, which will be listed in the information bar down below. After those are all stirred in, you're going to be adding your baked meatballs. Bring everything to a low boil and then simmer for about a half hour to 40 minutes, and then your sauce is done. Like I said earlier, this sauce can be used in so many different ways and for so many different recipes. My favorite is always just spaghetti and meatballs, which we had for dinner tonight. This sauce is also perfect for homemade pizza and even for topping those bobbly pizza shells. And meatball subs are always a big crowd pleaser for a Saturday afternoon or even for a party. So thank you all so much for watching today. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any special recipe requests that you would like to see, please leave them in the comments section down below. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, and I will see you again soon. Bye!